Holy shit, did this guy eat his last audience? No, I had a box of ring dings before the show. You're all safe. Except for you. You know what I'm talking about. Heard I was playing New York tonight. I wore my pimp shirt. Huh? Do I look like a pimp or what? Need any bitches, you see me after the show. This table looks like you could use some bitches. Not judging. 2 bitches and a box of ring dings, $49.95. It's a good deal, trust me. Where's my beer drinkers tonight? Who's drinking beer? Where's my mixed drink jiggers? Mixed drinks? There we go, over here, my wild crowd, okay. Anybody remember they were 21, the first mixed drink they ordered, you turned 21? What was it? What was it? How did you know to order that if you had just turned 21? How did you know the name of that drink? Your mom, she was a heavy drinker? I didn't know. I turned 21, I went to a bar, I just knew I had to have a drink. I'm 21. I walked into the bar, I'm looking above the bar for like a McDonald's menu and drink names. I was like, all right, what am I gonna get? As I'm standing there, this guy walks up next to me and says, I'll take a blowjob. I said, what the hell kind of bar did I just walk into? So I'm just joking around the bartender. I said, yeah, I'll take a blowjob too. She said, okay, that'll be $5.95. Now, I'm no Donald Trump, but I know a deal when I hear one. And $5.95 for a blowjob was sounding like a pretty good deal to me. I tried the blowjob, I didn't like it. I asked the bartender, I said, could you recommend something to me? She said, would you like a redheaded slut? I said, it's a little off the subject, but yeah, who wouldn't? Come to find out, that's the name of a drink too. I'm thinking, who's naming these drinks? This is insane, okay? Wasn't working out at the bar, I figured I'd mingle a little bit. I saw this girl, had a great looking drink. I said, excuse me, man, could you tell me what you're drinking? Looked me dead in the eye. She said, sex on the beach. Now I gotta be honest, at this point I figured it was the name of a drink, but in a situation like that, why take the chance? I said, honey, you hop in my truck. I can find a beach. Come to find out that's the name of a drink. I'm thinking, who's naming these drinks? This is insane, right? A slippery nipple, a fuzzy navel, a suffering bastard, an orgasm. These are all drink names. I'm thinking, who's naming these drinks? So I'm sitting around my house one night, and I'm blowing my brains out with alcohol, because that's what people who pay child support do. When it occurs to me that I gotta get into some of this action, you know? I gotta create my own drink and name it. So I tried a few concoctions. I came up with the best drink you're ever gonna have in your life. You write this down, order it off the bartender later. I named this after my ex-wife. Best drink you're ever gonna have. You ready? It's 3 pots Jack Daniels. 1 more pot Jack Daniels. And 2 splashes of Jack Daniels. I named it after my ex. I call it the lazy bitch. All right. Let's get personal here tonight, all right? So I met this girl the other night, okay? And she's got this really elaborate set of underwear, like this bra and panty set was ridiculously elaborate. And I'm thinking to myself, like, she must have went to Victoria's Secret and spent over $100 on this fancy underwear. And I thought, that's insane. Who would spend over $100 on fancy underwear? Crazy amount of money. But then I touched them, and they were so freaking soft, it was out of this world. The quality was like ridiculous, and I started to see it. I said, okay. I said, if you can get this kind of quality, maybe you could spend over $100 on fancy underwear. But now, I'm paying so much attention to the underwear. She's like, oh, you're a pervert. You're a pervert. I said, hey, you spend over $100 on fancy underwear because you didn't want guys to notice. I'm pretty sure that's why you spent it, because you did want guys to notice. But you women, you like to play dumb because guys don't know. Let me tell you, we know. Thinking to myself, man, that is the last time that I try to start a conversation with a stranger in a laundromat, man. Oh, freaking way, man. Oh, man. I know, you guys come in here tonight, you got questions, right? You want answers? I got questions, I don't know. If a midget goes mini golfing, would that be considered regular golf? I don't know. If you work in a bank and you get it on with a coworker after hours, could you be fired for having safe sex? If you're in a fishing tournament and you take first place, would that make you a masturbator? If you go to a gay bar, do you blow the head off your beer? He does, okay. If you're with a girl and she has on brown edible underwear, how do you know when to stop? Oh, I lost a few people over here. These guys are loving me over here. All right, do you want my final dirty joke, or do we leave it there? If girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, why do they taste like tuna?